You're listening to a TheDimosVault production of The Fields of Ilion, Episode 4, Interlude and Respite.
You, Melkor, have
Hello.
survived quite a bit. In my notes, it's after surviving his ordeal.
It was a definite ordeal.
Yeah. So you survived being with an army, you survived a giant battle, you survived a death dog, and you survived a swarming horde of ghosts, among other things. You really should listen to some of the other episodes at some point, because a lot of stuff happened, and it's been a month since we played, and the implications of it are insane. So, after
I'll
surviving
listen to it tomorrow at work.
ordeal, nice, share it with all your friends. And meeting up with new friends, Melkor finds himself in a small town nestled in a valley. The small town's name is Urith, but you don't know that yet. He has met up with a man named Stephen, or Stevie, or Stevens, or Steve, who has provided him with much-needed food, and then you purchased some clothes, and then you left the general store run by a lady named Sarah, and you're currently just sort of outside with your new purple shirt, and I think your tattered pants. I don't think you got new pants yet. You have a very nice shirt and very bad pants, if I remember correctly. I should have written that down. I didn't. Anyway, that is literally where you are. You are outside the general store. Steven is coming out after you, trying to keep up with your brand of energy. And, let's get close to the mic. Hello. And, yeah, that's where you are. So, you have the map. I gave that to you for, funsies. What do you want to do?
I don't know what any of those things mean. I'm assuming GS's general store.
Yeah, I'll run through it. So you have access to Steven's house, the general store, the town clerk's office, a post office, the barn, which is like a restaurant. Steven has a farm. You don't have access to that because he hasn't told you where it is yet, so you don't know how to get there. Technically, right? And then there's a woodwork shop.
Ooh.
Those are all places you can go, people you can interact with, and there's things there that we will suss out once you're in it.
Cool. Well, being 11 and not knowing what is around this town, I have no idea what to do.
Well, I mean, you got options. You could make a perception check.
Fancy things. Ooh, that's not great. I always roll really bad as Melkor.
Yeah, that's true.
4 plus 4 is 6.
6? All right, 1 second.
I got to roll really good with every other character I've ever played.
Yeah, I think the dice know.
It's not surprising.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm talking Brendan through how to hear us.
Like, I'm over here rolling just for fun. I rolled a 18, a 15, another 15, but now I'm going to roll as something for Melkor. And it's it's still less than 10, but it's a 9. Like, I haven't rolled above a 10 with him for anything, really. Except for maybe, like, random attacks.
Incredible. Okay, so you rolled a 4? No.
2 plus 4 is 6.
6. Cool. All right. From where you are, let's take a look at the map. So you walked out of the general store with a 6. You're like, look, a road. I love roads. Yeah.
Have I eaten since I got here?
Yeah, you had soup.
Soup.
You had soup. Because you showed up, and then Steve was like, oh my gosh, a child that survived a giant battle. Oh no. Let's take him home and feed him soup, and he fed you soup.
Right, and then we came and got me a new shirt.
Yes.
And now... Honestly, I'm probably exhausted. I'm still probably super tired.
Yeah, presumably.
What time of day is it?
Oh, that's the bane of my existence. I don't know. You got there in the morning, because you... got there and it was morning and you had things, blah. I mean, we'll say 2 in the afternoon.
So it's like mid-afternoonish.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say so.
Cool. Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
What do you do for fun around here?
Well, I work. Normally I'd be on my farm right now if I hadn't run into you. Um, it's just that way, and he points like off in the distance,
Cool.
referencing to you the map and just to Melkor, just
Yeah.
somewhere.
Um. Well, you bought me a shirt and fed me,
No, you
so
bought those
thanks.
things actually.
Right, I bought
He
those
fed
things.
you, but you bought the
Well,
stuff.
right, you fed me.
Well, I wasn't gonna let you starve.
That's nice. Do you need any help on the farm?
Um, I think we should talk about that later. You should rest first. You look and kind of looks at you because when you arrived, you like walked all day and then passed out from exhaustion. So,
Yeah, that's what
um,
happened.
he just sort of looks at you. He looks down at you and he's like, "Why don't you rest up back at the house and then tomorrow we'll talk about everything. We'll figure it out."
That sounds good. Let's do that.
All right, I'm gonna say that you like take a couple steps forward, like confidently, and then you stop and you look back, because you don't know
Where
where
are
the
we
house
going?
is. Yeah. Oh yeah. So I'll take you back home. So he's gonna lead you down this winding road that you didn't even recognize that you like came up, right? Because this is in the valley, so there's all these hills. So there's a lot of little hills, and he goes down like this little hillside town path that loops around. You come down to the main street
Um,
that you're, and then they start walking back to his house.
as we're walking,
Hmm.
is there anybody like walking around on the streets or anything like that?
At this time of day, yeah. I mean, it's a small town, right?
Are they
Uh,
all human?
no, there's like kind of a mix. You're gonna see like um some humans, some half elves, and probably some halflings too.
All right, so I'm the only dragonborn,
Oh yeah,
basically. Okay,
for
and
sure.
there's okay, cool. So I'm just gonna like skip behind Steve as he leads the way.
Okay, so he's gonna take you back to his house. He's gonna show you to this little like basement guest room that he's got, where it's his basement, but he made it a guest room and he never goes down there himself, but it's there. And he sort of shows you in. It's this little room. It's got like one little bed, little nightstand, and there's this painting on the wall of just the forest and the hills where you came from. It's like you're like ugh when you look at it because um and there's like a stool and a small table and that's it.
You did say a bed, right?
Yeah, sorry, I did.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna.
You gotta sleep on this stool.
The floor sounds nice.
Yeah,
I'm
good. This is
gonna
good.
just. Well, thanks. And I flop down on the bed.
All right, make a Constitution saving throw, or
Huh?
make a Constitution saving throw.
How terrible was that? It was a 17, so 19.
You don't fall asleep immediately, although you are very
Well,
tired. So you just like flop down on the bed and you're like, "Pff, brr." And he laughs and like walks up. So there's the room and then there's a little ladder that leads like up and then there's like the door on the ground is like one of those flat ones that you have to lift up. It's like a bulkhead door in the floor.
Okay.
And he closes that and it's like pitch black in there and you hear him walk and you hear the faint little of the door opening and closing and then you are alone.
Cool. I'm gonna pop out my funny little floating light bulbs. My little light balls.
Oh, you're gonna cast dancing lights.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna cast dancing lights and just like send them around the room and like swirling weird so they're all different colors because that's a thing that I can do apparently with the spell.
Yes, that's true.
And
And
I'm
you're
just
in
gonna
like a 10 by 12 room, like a 10 by 15, right?
not a big room, and they're just gonna like swirl around in the air until I pass out. Kind of like a little bit, kind of a little trippy,
Okay.
but like in a very like
Soothing kind of way.
like soothing, distracting, not paying attention. to a little bit more on the disassociation side of life, because that
My
seems to be
life will be fine. I watched people die.
I'm not paying attention to it. It's fine.
I talk to my armor. It's no big deal. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I want to say, oof, that's an 8. You sleep till like 7 p.m.
In the morning?
No. So you sleep
Okay.
for like a solid like 4 or 5 hours. You're just out, and you wake up, and the lights are out, and it's completely dark. Make a perception check.
This is gonna go great. Is it completely dark?
Oh yeah.
I can't see anything.
No, I know.
Okay. No, like I don't have dark vision kind of thing.
No, I know.
Okay, so perception, 16.
Yeah. 16. You remember where you are. You're like, whoa. Oh wait, no, I'm here. I'm in Steve's house. Everything's
Okay.
fine. I'm great. Life's good. Seems like a nice guy. You're up to do whatever you'd like.
I wouldn't know that I've only been out for a couple hours, right?
You have no idea how long you've been asleep.
Cool. I'm gonna pop out some of like the lights again, but like not all of them. Or I guess all of them, but like bring them all together into one ball
Okay.
and like kind of float it over my hand as I like walk around. I'm gonna walk to the little hatch door.
Okay.
Can I hear anything on the other side?
Make another perception check.
Children gotta cause mischief. 17.
You put your head to the paneling door, and you don't hear anything.
Cool. I'm gonna make my light disappear,
Okay.
and I'm gonna slowly like just pop open the door and see if I can see anything on the other side.
All right. It like creaks up. You push it up, and you look out. Your eyes are like the only thing. It's you get blinded a little bit by some light. It's like sunset now, because we said it was like, well, no, we said it was spring. So at 7 it would probably be dark in the spring. Yeah, is that how nature works? I think that's how nature works. So it's gonna be like just dark outside. It's not the dark where it's like, oh, it's pitch black, but it's the dark where you're like, oh, the sun is gone. But it's not like gone. It's just out of your sight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like that level of light out, and it's just kind of a cool spring breeze is coming through an open window, and Steve is not home currently.
Did Steve live alone?
As far as you know.
Cool. I'm gonna slowly come up out of the basement.
Okay.
Is it just like one big room, or are there like other doors leading to different rooms?
So there's one big room, and then there's like that kitchen area where he got your food from earlier. There's like a little dining room area off to one side, and then behind you, like you like step up and you look around and you look over the door, and behind you, like the secret entrance to his basement is like right at the foot of another flight of stairs that goes up to like where you could see like where there's just one room, and that's where his room is.
Cool. I'm gonna head to the doorway of his room.
Okay, so like,
like
up the stairs and like just stand in the like entrance. There's no door on it. It's just like stairs to an open space.
Okay. I'm gonna like sneak upstairs and see if like and poke my head in and see if he's there.
Okay, he is not.
Ooh. Is there anything like fancy in his room?
No. Even you don't need a perception check for that. This is a simple farmer. He does not have fancy things.
That's fair. I'm gonna head back downstairs and slowly open the front door and like slowly peek my head out and see if anybody's outside.
Okay, you just and you look out, and it's there's a couple people, like you can see down to the main road, and you can hear off in the distance, like, the sound of people. But at this time of night, people are not like walking about really. You can hear some people, down the street, but there's not like people or people. There's just sort of like there's people somewhere.
All right, cool. I saw the barn earlier, right? Or
No,
no?
with that perception check, you missed it.
I missed everything. Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You were like, this road's nice, has dirt.
I like dirt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close the door behind me as I leave,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna start wandering around.
All right. In what direction would
I'm
you
gonna
like
like
to
head
wander?
down to the main road.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay off the main road, like stay in the shadows and stuff like that.
Okay. Like off to the side.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna like sneak off and like without. I don't want to attract any attention or anything like that because since I didn't see any dragonborn, I don't know how it's gonna be taken.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Well, you do remember that plenty of people saw you in the morning when Steve brought you in.
that's true. Yeah, but I'm potentially out to cause mischief, and I don't want people to see me.
Okay, that's fair. Do you want to go down the street towards the barn or down the street towards like the town clerk's office?
I'm gonna head down, staying off the roads and stuff like that, and in the shadows, and head down to the road and take a left.
So stage left or left?
Left.
So towards the like down towards where the little road is to WS.
Is the ST Steve's house?
Yes.
So then, I guess it would be stage left because, like, with the house behind me, I'm taking a left.
Gotcha. So you're going towards.
I don't know how stage directions work.
Yeah. That is stage left. Yeah, stage left is towards the barn because if you were facing outward towards
Got it.
the front, then you'd be going left.
Then yes, towards the barn.
Cool. All right.
Even
So
though I don't know that's what that is. I rolled to see if I was going to go left or right.
perfect. All right. So you stick to the shadow. It's kind of like open. So like it's very much like the Shire Hobbits land. I did describe it as New Zealand. So there's little hills and all that jazz, but there's not like great places to hide. So you're just off the road, but you're not like hidden, if that makes sense.
That's fair.
Like, there's nothing to hide behind, but you're definitely not like in the road. And there are street lights, right? There's like some light posts and stuff lining the road, and you're definitely behind those. So you're obscured, but there's nothing to like hide behind. I'll say you kind of skulk your way up, and as you move along, as you approach the barn, and you remember this because this is the route that you took to the general store.
Right.
I'll say you'll get as you to the point where the post office is across the street, and up in the front you can see like tucked on top of a little hill. So like the road goes up, and then on top of this little hill there is a barn. It's a big barn. There's like some big windows. The lights are on. There's smoke coming up from the chimney, and you can hear like it's a party up in there.
Ooh. I'm gonna swing by the general store and see if it's still open. But I'm not gonna I'm just gonna if I can, I'm gonna sneak up and just like peek in a window.
Okay, so you walk up the little hill drive, and when you get up to the top, you notice that it actually has 2 floors, and the top floor has a light on, but the bottom floor is closed up. The shutters are drawn. Everything's locked.
Cool. Is there like a rock nearby?
Make a perception check. Rocks don't come free, Melkor.
17.
Oh, well, they do come with 17s. Yeah, you kind of find like a rock lodged in the dirt that you're like, I could probably pull that up.
Cool. I'm gonna pull the rock, kind of just like I'm not looking for a big rock. Just like I'm gonna pull the rock up and out.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna head towards the barn.
Okay.
But when I'm maybe 30 or so feet away, I'm gonna throw the rock at the front door. I'm not trying to break or damage anything, just trying to make a loud noise.
Okay. Make a ranged attack.
That is a 16. plus.
That silence hung on the wall for a while.
Well, they're new dice and they're still kind of hard to read.
No, that's fair. They look like they would be.
Yeah, so 21 total.
21 total. All right, and you wanted to land like right.
I wanted to like bounce off the door.
Okay.
They don't have doorbells. I'm trying to ding dong dish.
That's fair. So it also doesn't really have a door.
Huh?
It doesn't have a door. The barn doesn't have a door.
No. I'm throwing the rock at the general store.
Oh, the general store. Gotcha. I thought you were throwing it at the barn. I was like,
No.
trying to figure this out here. Oh. And then we rewind and everything was fine. All right, so you lob that rock, and it goes this beautiful little arc. You're like, heh, and it goes up and up and up, and then just sort of drops. It's like, and it like hits the ground and kind of slides and right into the door. It makes a pretty loud sound.
I should ask this first. Is there any place near me to hide?
Oh no.
Then I'm just booking it back towards the barn.
Right.
If I can use my movement and my bonus action to dash, I'm gonna do that.
Well, they rolled a natural 20 on her perception check, so you hear a voice behind you. You hear like a window come up, like, and then you recognize Sarah's voice as she's like, "Who goes there? Who are what?" And then you're not sure, but like. You think she saw you. You're like, she must have seen you. There's no way she didn't see you.
Either way, I'm still running.
That's fine. I was like, I want to roll a natural 20 here really badly, and then I did. It's so pretty.
I'm laughing to myself as I run.
Okay.
But I'm running.
You're booking it. All right, where are you going?
Towards the barn, but not like towards the front door. I want to like see what's going on first without like poking my head in the front door.
Okay. All right, I'm just putting the map in, so if anyone else wants to look at the map, they can. All right, so you like run down. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Ah, balls. 10.
10. Okay. So as you hear her voice calling out after you, and you're just booking it, making kind of a mad dash down the hill, you trip and you don't fall, but you stumble, and I'm gonna say you like yell a little bit, like in surprise.
Woo!
And you right yourself, but you're windmilling your arms, so you're a ridiculous sight to her as you book it away. And she hears you like going up towards her as you go, and then you're like,
as I'm running,
I'm gonna say you're gonna run like towards the side of the barn, like the far side of the barn.
As I'm running, I'm really badly thinking, I wish I looked like someone else. I wish I looked like someone else.
Okay.
Can I attempt to cast a new spell?
You can roll that intelligence check. Did we say it was a saving throw or a check?
I don't remember.
Neither do I. We'll make it a saving throw.
So if it's a saving throw, it's an 18.
Cool. What do you want to look like?
I want to look like a halfling.
Okay. Does it completely alter your body? Like, is that how that works? It's been a while.
So I'll read the spell just so we both are 100% sure how it works.
Yeah, because I've never used it.
I love disguise self. All right. So you make yourself, including clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings on your person, look different until the spell ends or until you use your action to dismiss it.
Okay.
You can seem 1 foot shorter or taller and can appear thin, fat, or in between. You can't change your body type, so you must adopt a form that has the same basic arrangement of limbs. Otherwise, the extent of the illusion is up to you. The changes wrought by this spell fail to hold up to physical inspection.
So if you're touched, they can phase through you.
Correct, which is why I want to stick to the same general size, so halfling.
Yeah. Okay.
For example, if you use this spell to add a hat to your outfit, the objects pass through the hat, and anyone who touches it would feel nothing, or would feel your head and hair.
All right, perfect. So you can look like a halfling, but you definitely still look like a child. In fact, you probably look even more like a child because it's easier to tell that a halfling's like a halfling child from a dragonborn child. So you look even greener than you did before.
Well, so dragonborn height, child height is probably. So I'm 4'10".
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going for like maybe like a 4 foot tall halfling,
Gotcha. Okay.
maybe a little bit more,
Okay.
like a little bit shorter than I am. So
yeah,
whatever.
I guess more what I mean though is like your face, your boyish features are
Well,
on display.
I'm not trying to look like a kid anymore. I'm trying to look like an adult
Gotcha. Okay.
because I can do that.
Cool. All right.
And halflings are still my size, so it kind of works out.
Cool. All right. I'll go with it. We'll go with it. Then 18's worth it. The 18 will get you there.
Cool. So I'm going to put a little check mark because now I know I can cast Disguise Self.
Okay. So you make it to the side of that barn, and there's like it's got like 2 floors. There's light pouring out. There's music. You got fiddles. You got dancing. It's just a shindig.
Excellent.
A shindig.
The biggest of shins.
Sure.
The shiniest of digs. I am going to. Are there like windows and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Like a lot of windows.
I'm going to mark off that I used 1 spell.
Yeah, you.
I'm gonna
no
like,
cheating here.
Correct. Can I see Steve at all?
No. Well, you haven't looked through. If you want to look through a window.
Yeah, I want to like look through the window and see if I see Steve or anybody.
All right.
Well,
point of
he's the only
order. Are
person
you
I
just
know.
like stalker style standing in the window, or are you trying to be stealthy?
I'm definitely trying to be stealthy.
All right, roll stealth.
That. Ooh, nice. Plus 2, 4, 7, 24.
Okay, so you get down on the ground and you like side roll. You're a kid, so you think you're like super cool, and you're gonna like do a side somersault like up against the barn and like inch your way up and just like whoop and poke your nose around the window and like look inside. Make a perception check.
And this is where it goes bad. Yep. 13.
He's such a child.
I've never rolled above a 10 for a perception check.
Well, you just did. Oh, is that 13 with the bonus? Yeah. Okay. So, you poke your head and you're like, oh, music, dancing, people, adults. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's sensory overload. Oh no. And you don't see Steve.
Cool.
If he's in there or not, you have no idea. You're just like, oh, by the level of everything that's happening. You have never seen this before in your life. Your parents would not have let you do this, and none of this really existed when you were with the army. There were definitely some places that like you weren't allowed to go because of adult themes, but like this is like a party. You have not seen a party.
Cool. And at this point, I'm gonna like look down at my I'm gonna drop out of the window and look down at my arms and stuff and be like, those aren't my arms. Why do I look different? And I'm gonna realize that I actually cast a spell on myself.
All right, and when you do that, I think that like moment the spell's gonna go away.
Oh.
Because you were surprised by it. And I rolled
It's not
a
a
1.
concentration spell, though.
You can come back. I think I'll just say it flickers so that I don't totally screw you over. It's just like, and you like revert back to normal, and you're like, what? And then back out. But then you're like, oh, no, come back, and it comes back.
That's a neat trick.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna peek back up and look through the window.
Okay.
Is there like a band or like people like playing the music?
Yeah, there's like whatnot? 2 fiddle players. They're just fiddling away.
Cool. So I know that I have the message cantrip, and that is something I can use.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna attempt to cast another spell.
Okay. What do you want to try?
I'm gonna attempt. Well, so if it works, it works. If not, it's just gonna go through his message. Because that's well, actually, hold on.
How far away? Explain to me. Explain the thing.
I want to attempt to cast. Dave wants to attempt to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Okay.
Melkor is unaware he can do that, so he's gonna try to like speak to somebody at a distance and attempt to and just cast message at them and try to tell them a joke to see if there's a reaction.
Okay.
But if it works and they fail their save, then they just start laughing hilariously and fall over.
All right, I have a couple tiers to this because that's complicated.
That's totally fine.
I'm going to say that since you already know how to cast message, that part's fine. And instead, what I'm going to have you do is roll a performance check on you. First, you have to tell me the joke. You have to tell me the joke.
All right, so
And then you have to roll a performance check on the joke to make sure it affects this person, because odds are it might not affect me at all.
That's pretty fair.
I'm gonna let the dice decide how the NPC feels, because reference pit number 5, literally anything else.
Balls. Now I have to actually think of a good pun.
Yeah, I know, right? No, it doesn't have to be a pun to come up with a joke, man. And then I'll also roll a perception check just to see if you like could pick out a. You want to do it on the fiddle players?
Yeah, on one of the fiddle players.
What's the range of Tasha's hideous laughter?
30 feet, but
30 feet.
He wouldn't know that, so I'm not even caring about that.
No, I know. I'm just trying to.
Mechanic-wise, it does make sense.
They're like in the center of the room, so yeah, you can probably hit them.
So what did you have me roll for?
I was gonna have you roll perception, but then I was like, nah, they're in range. You're fine. So
well,
at this
I'm glad
point, you have to come up with a joke, and I will let you throw that roll away.
Perfect. So I don't need to keep that natural 1 I just rolled.
Oh, I mean,
nope, it's too late now.
Dang it! Should have meant to keep it. All right.
You know what? I'm not even going to attempt to tell a joke. This is going to drive the DC roof, but I'm just going to go.
Oh my gosh! All right. Yeah, roll roll that performance check. What'd you get?
It doesn't matter. I rolled a 1.
Yes. Yes.
So if it's a performance check, it's 5.
I feel like the McElroy. If I was Griffin McElroy, I would say something like, "And then you pooped your pants instead." But I'm not going to do that to you. I just been listening to T Adventure Zone, and that's where my head's at.
So instead, message goes off, and he just hears.
Yeah, and you see through the window, like this performer is top notch, but you, with your keen perception in the light of the thing, and you're focused on this guy, you see him like he's trying. Like, he has a reaction. It's just, he's not, he looks concerned. He's like, who that was loud. Like, who did that? Right? Like, you see him kind of looking around, like, where did it come from?
And I'm just, do I hear him respond? Because he can respond. Do I hear him go, what the heck?
Okay, can you listen to his
they
thoughts?
can respond to message.
Oh, well, he's not responding, I don't think. I feel like that had to be an intentional thing. So, no.
That's fair.
No, he's just like, you can see him like looking around, like he wants to know the source of such a loud thing. That's
fair. Excellent.
Because I'm going to say that he didn't roll high enough to be like, to know that it was just in his head.
All right, cool. Do you want me to mark off that spell slot too?
His message is a spell?
Well, message is a cantrip, but Tasha's Hideous Laughter is, and even though it failed and I attempted to use it, do you want me to mark it off?
No, because it didn't actually work, so like...
Perfect.
You didn't actually expand the energy required, etc.
Understood.
Yeah.
Then in that case, I'm just going to cast message again, but to the other fiddle player and go.
My gosh. We've devolved to poop jokes. Why did I let you play an 11-year-old boy?
Hey, you have no one to blame but yourself.
Yeah, I know.
This could have been a much different podcast.
I'm enjoying it in its own weird way. All right. Roll. Are you trying to do the same thing?
Yeah.
All right. Roll performance.
It's not a 1. It is a 3. So 8. Nope. 7. Because that's how math works.
They just fiddle harder. They're just like, we gotta get through this set and get away from all these farts.
So they both heard 2 different farts that nobody else heard. That's fun for me.
Glad you're having fun. It only took us 4 hours, but we got to fart jokes, everybody. I don't know. It's just Brendan. Brendan's the only one here who can hear this. I don't know how he feels about fart jokes, but here we are. Oh man. All right. What would Melkor like to do next?
Gonna step back from the window and look down. Back at my hands, which are no longer black scales, but like they look flesh colored and fleshy.
True.
And I'm just gonna like shake them and like try to like shake off and cast and dispel the disguise self.
Okay, so you're back to being a Dragonborn.
Back to me. And I'm gonna.
I am the best.
I'm a dragon, sort of. And I'm gonna walk. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk in.
Okay, like I
But
said,
I'm gonna like walk through the front door and like hug the wall, and just kind of like curl around and hang out in a corner. I'm gonna try to
Okay.
sneak in because I don't know if I'm supposed to be here.
I'll let you keep your stealth from before.
Nice.
There are like two bouncer dudes at the door, and they do see you come in, but they do not care. So they're the only two people that notice you.
I think I'm being sneaky. I try to sneak past them, and they see me anyway. It's fine. I'm pretending they didn't see me.
And so you're just hugging the wall, and like no one else takes notice of you. They're all just like drinking and cavorting. Is cavorting the word I want? I don't remember what that word means. I don't know. We're gonna go with it. They're having a great time, and the players are fiddling their hardest because the farts they want to they want to get away from the farts, and no one cares about you at all. There's like maybe it's not the biggest place, right? There's like it's probably like 60. It's like a 60 long by like 40 wide, right? Like big. It's like decent. It's packed though. There's probably like 50 people in there.
Cool.
That
So
is
I
not
know
to code. Fire marshal would not be happy.
they don't exist. It's fine. So I'm gonna cast Mage Hand,
Oh boy. Okay.
because I'm an arcane trickster, it's invisible.
Excellent.
And the two guard. How far away am I from those guards?
I'm gonna say you came in and like edged along the wall like 15 feet away.
And I'm just gonna flick one of them in the back of the head.
He doesn't even notice.
Oh
His head takes more than 10 pounds of pressure to move.
no, I'm not trying to like.
No, I
move
know,
him.
but
I'm
like he just thinks a fly like flew into. Like he is a thick man. Look at a big neck. He also rolled really high.
I'm gonna flick the other guard in the back of the head.
He rolled not as high. He's gonna look at his friend and be like, "What? Like, what are you doing?" The guy's like, they're just having like one of those like, "What?" And the guy's like, "What?" And they're just like raising their arms, like doing that, like, "What do you want?" Like, what? Because they really can't hear each other over all the noise, so they're not even trying.
Excellent. I'm gonna cast a message again.
Okay. Oh,
and just message. I'm not gonna try to go for Tasha's.
Okay.
So the guard that reacted to the flick, the other one that did not react.
We're here. We're committed. Okay.
And I want to like cause some mischief, and this is the only thing I can think of right now because I'm tired.
That's fine. I'm unfortunately
And
enjoying
because Melkor is not like a legitimate thief, so he's not going to run around trying to pick people's.
What is the desired result from this? Like, what are you trying to get them to do?
I kind of want. So I don't know. That's the thing. I just want some kind of reaction.
Okay.
I want him to look at the other guard like disgusted and be like, "Dude, you like, change your pants."
Make a performance check.
Oh, balls! Son of a bitch!
What'd you get?
A total of 5. So I rolled a 1.
Okay. All right. So he thinks that it was him.
Nah.
Right? And he like checks himself and like he's a little worried. Like he thinks he's fine, but he's like but it's so loud in there that he's a little bit disconcerted. And he just tries to play it off. Like you see him like straighten up, like he straightens his shoulders and like sits back and like he's trying to like act like nothing happened.
Am I within 30 feet of the fiddle players?
Yeah, you're closer now.
Even better. I'm going to send my mage hand over to the fiddle.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to use the mage hand to grab the neck. Okay. I don't want to move the fiddle at all. I just want to like mess with the music.
All right, that like cuts one of the fiddle, like it just that would cut off the music. That's just fiddles.
Exactly.
So he's like strumming along and he's into it, right? Because we said that they were being intense, and the mage
not
hand
for a
like
long time, just like a quick.
Well, the moment you do that, though, like, he breaks one of his strings because he's playing real hard and just, like, and, like, the other fiddle player just, like, keeps going because that happens, and the one whose string broke just, like, turns around, whips out a bag, like, pulls out a string. He's just going. He's just going to fix it, like, on the fly. And, like, the music gets a little bit less, but everyone's still having a great time.
While he's fixing it, I want to do the same thing to the other fiddle. And just grab the strings real quick.
Okay. One moment. Mm-hmm. All right. The same thing happens, and the music like cuts out. And no one really seems to care. There's some groans of like, "Aw," and you can tell both the fiddle players are like frustrated that their set has been interrupted in such a way because that like never happens. Like, what bad luck caused them to have strings break twice? But they're just fixing their stuff. Make a perception check.
Oh man, things that never end well. Ooh, 20.
20. Excellent.
Total of. I hear typing.
Yes, you do. I'm making a note to myself.
Ooh. After the second string breaks, too, I'm gonna dispel, I guess, Mage Hand.
Okay. So you are like in your corner and you're laughing to yourself. You're like very pleased. It was
smiling, it's not like... to myself. At this point, I'm laughing loudly.
All right, good. I mean, and that could just be because you're laughing at the like the fiddle players. That would like no, you know, like that's fine. That would make sense, right? But you do notice that there's like the little pedestal in the middle of the room where the fiddle players are playing. It's like a little raised circular platform, and off to the right of it is like the bar, right? And
did you say the bar?
In some moment in between, like the jostle of people and the ruckus of the noise and the laughter and the drinking and all of that, you make eye contact with the bartender and you notice that he is staring at you. Like, staring at you. Intently.
I'm gonna, like, stop laughing and, like, freeze and, like, go wide-eyed and just look at him.
All right. Man, I rolled 3 11s in a row. After what feels like ever, but it's probably more like 30 to 40 seconds, he looks back down at the glass he was cleaning.
And I run.
All right, where?
I don't know. I just run.
Do you run out? Do you run in? Do you like what?
Is there any place near me that looks like I could hide there, like and break line of sight, like behind a barrel or something?
No. There's just tables and people, and like waitresses are moving around and waiters are moving around. Like it's just busy, and there's tables and people, and that's it.
Then out the door.
All right. As you run out the door, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, balls. 18.
Okay. You get stopped by one of the guards. He, like, as you come running down, he puts his hand out and, like, he's, you know, like when you're running and someone puts their hand out to stop you and they're, like, following you, so they don't, like, forcibly stop you, but you definitely know, like,
they get in your way?
Yeah, but he's, like, in your way. And he's like, where you
going? Steve's house?
Steve?
Yeah.
What are you doing all the way up here? There's a place for young people like you. I mean, he lets you in, but this is where he's going. This is the line he's taking.
Cool. So if it's no place for me, I'm gonna go. And I try to move past him.
Make a persuasion check.
18.
He's gonna laugh and say, fine, get out of here.
And I book it.
All right. Make one more perception check.
Ooh. 21.
As you run, you look back, and that bartender staring, like, boring a hole in your face.
Cool. Then after I leave the barn and I'm running, I'm gonna like cut to the left so it looks like I'm going to where Steve pointed at the farm,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna like once I break line of sight, I'm gonna like backtrack up to Steve's house.
Okay. So you head back up to Steve's house. You don't run into anything. There's no trouble. There's no people. Nobody bothers you. You see some people like walking down the road. There's some people like out in their houses, just like chilling. You know, like some dude in like a long chair and like a bowl of soup or something, just like living his life. And you make
Gotta
it
love them
back
bowls
to
of soup.
Steve's house, and you see him sitting on the front steps.
Has he seen me yet?
No.
Cool. I'm gonna attempt to sneak around to the back.
All right, make a stealth roll.
It's not great, but math. So 18.
It's not great. It's just good.
Well, I rolled an 11.
So he's sitting right on the front steps. You're trying to go around the back of the house?
Yeah, I'm trying to like stay far enough back and maybe like kind of sort of in the shadows if there are any, and just like if I don't know if there's a back door, but most houses have back doors.
All right, you do that, and there's no back door.
Is there a back window?
No. Well, like yeah, but it's not one that you can open.
Well, not with that attitude. um. Huh. I'm gonna from the back of the house. I'm gonna walk forward to the front of the house
Okay.
and just say hello.
Oh, phew. Melkor, where you been? I was worried about you.
Just went for a walk.
Thought you'd wandered off or something.
No, I like it here.
Yeah, you do?
I guess it's new. It's different. It's weird.
Not scary or anything? Just a bit
I
surprised by
mean-
how like okay with everything you've been.
Yeah, I'm kind of out of character. I'm kind of repressing a lot of stuff because I'm not old enough to realize what's happening.
That's fair.
I mean, there was one guy who was like staring at me while I was walking.
Someone was staring at you? Where were you?
Yeah. You know, I don't really know.
Well, describe it to me. He
What
like
did the guy-
he like pats his hand on the front step next to him and like to get you to come sit down.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down next to him and you didn't describe the guy who was staring at me, so I'm gonna just I tell him what the guy looked like who was staring at me.
He's like an older guy, with a grizzled face, like, you know, just. You ever seen Battlestar Galactica?
You would think that I would answer that question with a yes, but it's a no.
I was expecting that. I was expecting a no. I'm trying to think who's got a good grizzled face.
Like an old Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, sure, yeah. I mean, we'll just say it was Clint Eastwood staring at you, right? Like that's the vibe.
Perfect.
There's an old dude, like white hair, grizzled face, looks like he's seen all kinds of hell, just burning a hole in your back of your skull and the front of your
I'm
skull.
gonna describe that guy, but I'm gonna like embellish it a little bit to make him seem like he was definitely a little bit scarier.
All right. And Steven's gonna listen for a second and laugh. Like, oh, that's just Sal. Don't worry about Sal. He runs the restaurant. He probably was just upset that you were there. Surprised that they let you in.
They didn't see me.
Oh, they didn't see you.
Nope.
You're just so sneaky, huh? He like bumps your shoulder with his elbow.
Just a big old shit-eating grin. Yep.
Well, why don't you come inside? We'll have some dinner, and tomorrow we'll talk about, staying here.
Okay. While we're at dinner, I'm gonna ask him if he knows any magic tricks.
Those are magic tricks. Taking your life into your own hands. Does he know magic tricks? I don't feel like improvising magic tricks, so no, he doesn't. He's just gonna look at you and be like, "No, I don't have the time to learn that kind of thing."
Well,
And he's like,
I
eating
do.
some soup.
I do. Watch this, and I'm gonna cast. So it's invisible, mind you. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna use Mage Hand to pick up the spoon for the soup
Mm-hmm.
and eat soup with no arms, and just use my Mage Hand to eat some soup.
That's a 6. He looks a little concerned. He's like, "How are you doing that?"
I don't know.
Oh. He's gonna like put down his soup spoon and just kind of stare at you for a second, and then shake his head and go back to eating and be like, "Just finish your soup, Melkor. You gotta get some sleep. Get a big day tomorrow."
I'm gonna for the next minute that Mage Hand is active, because I think that's how long it lasts. Might be wrong, but for however long Mage Hand lasts, I'm gonna use it to eat my soup.
Alrighty. After dinner, what would you like to do?
What do
Like, you want to roll up for bed or what?
No, what do you mean we have a big day tomorrow?
Well, we gotta figure out, you staying here and just what all that means, and you offered to help me on the farm. You're probably gonna have to. I can't really afford to keep you here without some help.
I'm gonna dig in one of my little bags and be like, if it's money, I can help with that. I'm gonna hold up my money bag.
No, we just believe in people earning their keep around here. That's all. Besides, I wouldn't want you to spend all that. It would go pretty quick.
That's fair. So, good night. I'm gonna hop down off the chair, go over to the latch door for the basement, and before I go, I'm gonna open it. And before I go down, is it like stairs or a ladder?
Stairs.
Okay, I'm gonna walk down the stairs a little bit, pull the door halfway closed,
Mm-hmm.
be like, "Ooh, I know this magic trick too," and then the 4 little balls of light pop up and go, "Ha ha!" And they follow me as I close the door and go downstairs.
The moment you get down there, you hear Al go, "Melkor, what are you doing?"
What do you mean?
Remember what we said about the magic? He's like,
Nope,
panicked.
I don't.
And Al is just silent for a bit. Al is very frustrated with you. The real
That's all
question
right.
is, does Dave not remember?
No, Dave remembers.
Okay. That was
But
more what I
Melkor-
was going to be like. Emmanuel, would be exasperated if you, Dave, had actually forgotten.
Dave knows magic is very strictly guarded and stuff like that. Melkor has no idea, and he finally has a friend who he thinks he can trust.
Gotcha. I'm okay with it. I'm just looking for clarification.
That is fair.
Al is angry, ignoring you. Someone who's in a huff, and they're
That's
upset,
fine.
and they're in the room. Well, I was it's the feeling of when you're in the room with someone who's mad at you, and they're mad. Melkor is gonna he's aware of it, even though he can't see Al.
Let's find out if he actually is aware of it. That's a 1. Melkor has no idea.
All right, fine. So you're just gonna lie in bed for a bit, and we're just gonna let that silence play out. And after probably
With the floating lights dancing around the room as I try to go to sleep.
yeah, Melkor, listen. Remember what I told you right before, just before. It'd be really bad if someone finds out you can do all of that.
It'll be fine.
No, it won't. Do you wanna be back with an army? Do you wanna live in a tower for the rest of your life and not be able to leave?
I can find a way out. I'm good at that.
What if you can't though?
It'll be fine. Relax. You're just like my dad. He was so uptight.
Yeah. Make a perception check.
Balls. 10.
You don't hear what Al said in response to that.
Perfect.
Is that how you want to cap that day?
Yep.
All right, cool. That was the 4th day. So if you make a note somewhere at a day counter, because days are very important, you have, it has been 4 days since you got the gauntlet. And
Cool.
5 days total, but 4 days since you got the gauntlet.
Got it. Finish my long rest. Get my spell slot back.
Yep. Okay. When you wake up the next morning, again, it is pitch black. What would you like to do?
Same thing. I'm gonna pop out one of the lights, make my way over the door, listen to see if I can hear anybody. Can I hear anybody?
Perception check.
21.
You hear nothing.
Cool. I'm gonna, heeding Ralphie's words, I'm gonna dispel the light and then go up and out the door.
It was Al's words, not Ralph's.
That's right. Al's
Ralph
words.
is more high pitched. I don't know if I could do Ralphie's voice right now. It's been so long. I have to fall into it. Hi, I'm Ralph. There it is. Okay, so you get up there. Freaking unicorn. What do we want to do here? All right, what do you want to do when you get up there?
Look for food.
All right.
So I'm gonna go to the kitchen area.
You find the ingredients for soup, but no actual food. So there's like maybe some bread, but then there's like vegetables.
Cool. I'm gonna take a small hunk of bread.
Okay. There's a note on the
Is there
table.
any like fruit or anything?
No, not currently.
Cool.
But there is a note on the table.
2 chunks of bread. I'm gonna take one chunk, put it in my pocket,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take the other one and like slowly start eating it as I walk around.
Perfect. And you do notice that there is a note on the table.
What does said note say?
It says, Melkor had to run out this morning. Be back soon. Wait for me, Steve.
I'm going to take another chunk of bread, stick it in a different pocket.
And what?
Go sit on the front steps and wait for Steve.
The door is locked.
With my... It's locked from the inside, from the outside?
Yeah, it's just kind of locked.
Can I unlock it?
Make a perception check.
Perception check. 22.
You have no idea how that door locks or unlocks. Like you can't find anything.
Are there any windows?
Yeah.
Can I attempt? Are they locked?
Yeah.
Can I try to unlock one of those?
Yeah, but you can't find the mechanism for that either.
Well, this is horseshit. So I know we talked about me being too young to use my acid breath.
Mm-hmm.
But Melkor definitely knows he has the potential to spit acid. So, not immediately, but like maybe say 15, 20 minutes after being locked inside and unable to...
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to attempt to spit acid on some of the hinges.
Okay.
On the door, because I do not like being trapped inside.
Okay. That's gonna be a tough sell, but just roll a 20. Just roll a 20, D20.
That's probably not going to do it. It's a 13.
Yeah, you feel a little bit of acid reflux, and that's about it. From one of the windows, you see Steven walking up the road towards the house.
Is there any place to hide in here?
Nah, it's a big open room. You'd have to go back downstairs.
I'm going to sit in the middle of the room and just look at the front door with a very unhappy...
Okay. When, make an Arcana check.
Ugh. This is not going to be good. 7.
Alright, you don't notice anything. He walks up the steps, opens the door, comes in, it's like, what's up, Melkor? What are you doing?
Why'd you lock me inside?
I want you to disappear again. It's just to make sure that so that we could talk when I got back. I got a lot to do. Couldn't waste too much time. Sorry.
Don't do that. I didn't like that.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Sorry. He does look, make an insight check.
Yeah, I was going to say, do I believe him?
Yeah.
Ooh, well, he's going to be hard to read because that's a 7.
Yeah, his face communicates genuine regret, right? So I would say that you believe that he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
That is what he's expressing a certain thing to you, so that's what you would, and rather
Yeah.
than
That,
hard to
that, that
read,
is
like,
what I believe.
yeah, that is what you believe.
I believe him, but I'm still distrustful.
I mean, you would be. That would make sense considering your past, right? It's like,
Yeah.
I won't do that again. I'm sorry. Have a seat though.
I am sitting.
Well, why don't you sit at the table?
Mm, I'd begrudgingly get up and go sit at the table.
Okay. It's like, so. You said you like it here?
Question: did he leave the door open?
No, he closed it behind him.
Did I see him do anything to potentially relock it?
No.
Cool. It's okay, I guess. You guys are kind of nice.
That's good. So here's what I've been thinking. Sarah and I thought, since maybe you're not gonna like, doing that kind of work all the time, maybe you'd like to work at the farm some of the time and at the store the rest of the time. We could teach you, what we do. And
Okay.
then you could stay here in my house.
So I have to stay in the basement.
Well, I mean, for now, but we could spiff that up. Sarah doesn't have any extra rooms, and the inn's expensive.
Okay, I guess that sounds good for now.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we could do some renovations. I might be able to get you a window down there. I just never built one. But so what are you going to do today? You want to work at the store? Or you want to come out to the farm?
Let's go to the store.
All right, cool. But I got to give you something first, though. Hang on a second. And he goes back upstairs, like into his room, where he disappears from your view for a second. You hear him rummaging around.
While he's gone,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to walk over to the door, open it, and close it, and go sit back down.
Okay, yeah, you do that. It's fine.
Does it open?
Yeah.
Cool.
So he's gonna come back down, and he's gonna hand you a scroll,
Like a book scroll or like a magic scroll?
like a magic scroll, but you don't know that.
Yeah.
Right? You know that, but you also don't know that. Oh,
Right.
it's confusing.
No, Melkor doesn't know.
Yeah, Malcor's got no idea. But he says to you, if you ever get locked out, because I might forget, I'm a little forgetful sometimes. You can use this to get out, and I can get you another one after if you have to use it. Okay?
What is this?
It just gets you through the locks I have in my door. You just got to read it. It's like a secret password to get inside.
I open it and I read it right now.
He's gonna stop you. Wait, no, wait.
But I want to know what it says.
Well, if you say it right now, you won't be able to use it again later.
How does that make any sense? It's a piece of paper with some words on it.
Yeah, but this is a special paper. Once you read the words go away.
That doesn't make any sense.
He's just gonna look at you, and he's gonna wink, and he's gonna say, "Magic doesn't make a lot of sense." Okay?
Oh, I get it. Melkor doesn't get it. For somebody who
I had that in my head too, just like the narrator cues it. Melkor had no idea what was happening.
Yep, pretty much.
Perfect. All right. So yeah. So he's gonna go. All right, come on, let's go meet up with Sarah. She's expecting us. I thought that you would probably like the store over the farm.
Okay,
You
let's
guys
go.
exit out. And he leads you along. He's sort of like pointing things out to you, like, and that's so and so's house, and that's where Sally Lou lives, and that's where them, and like he knows like everybody. And you go
I
up.
think it's great that you didn't actually say who lives where, because Melkor would not have been paying attention.
Yeah, he's I feel like Steven just became like the teacher in Charlie Brown, so he's sharing like a lot of really cool, useful information about the local area, and Melkor's just like, oh look, the sun, birds, what? Huh, nice. And you get up and you loop around, and Sarah's sort of standing outside, and she's looking at you with a little smirk on her face. Good morning, Melkor.
Morning.
So you get to work here today, huh?
I guess so. I have
Excellent.
no idea what that means, but let's try.
Well, come on in. You can come back around lunch, Steve. I'm sure he'll be ready for you by then.
I follow her inside.
Nice. And Steve's like, bye, Mel. I forgot I was Steve for a second. Too many people. Oh, the voices. But, so Steve, like, waves, and he gives you a smile, and, like, reaches out his hand, like, he might, like, fist bump you, or, like, shoulder, or, like, hair top, but he, like, can't figure it out, and he's just like, and then he leaves.
And while he's figuring that out, I just turn and walk inside.
Yeah. All right. And so you get in there, and the shop is a mess. Like, you were there yesterday, and everything was fine, and you're in today, and it's all out of sorts.
What happened? It was so clean.
Sometimes things just go nuts in the middle of the night. So, I thought you could help me put it all back.
There's a lot of things happening that don't make sense.
Oh, what else is happening that don't make sense?
I'm going to pull out that piece of paper, the scroll, be like, Steve said if I read this, the words go away.
He's like, you said what? That doesn't make any sense. Huh.
But he's gone now, so I'm going to read it and see what happens. And I read the scroll.
And the words go away.
Does the paper go away, or just like the words on the paper?
No, just the words. You just have like an empty scroll now.
And then I'm going to turn it and show it to her and be like, see, it's blank.
Huh, I wonder where he got that. She's going to sort of, well, what is she going to do? That's a 4. She's going to shrug and, like, dismiss it. What a weird gimmick. Alright, well, you ready to clean this place up?
Nope, but let's do it.
Alright, we get our first montage. Roll performance.
I'm so happy to roll poorly on this. That's an 11 plus 4.
15?
15.
That's not bad. Okay, so
no, that's way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, right, me too. You spend the better part of, like, 4 hours. So you probably got there at, like, 8. It is, like, 12:30, and you are hungry when you finally put the rest of the shop together. So you're just, like, moving barrels and, like, just sweating, and you're, like, setting things up. Like, all the shirts that you went through yesterday, you had put them back, or they had been put back, and then they were just, like, everywhere. You had to fold them and put them, and sort them by color, and hang things up, and, like, reorganize the displays, and she's just telling you how to do it all. Like, she's like, no, you do it this way, and this. She's got, each thing's, like, labeled, so you can figure out how it all goes, and you just spend so much time putting the whole place back together for her. Cool. And she's just, like, laughing at you the entire time. And you're like, what is this? I don't, And you, like, you put something up, and, like, it'll fall over because you didn't balance it right. And you're like, no, and you put it back. And it's just, like, 4 hours of that.
Cool. And periodically, I'm sneaking bites of the bread that I took from Steve's house.
Okay, that's fine.
So I'm not going to be super hungry, but I'm definitely going to be hungry.
Oh, yeah. I mean, bread after 4 hours of, like, that kind of work, you're going to be hungry. And when it's all done, when it's all over, she's like, well, Melkor, what do you think?
How did it get all messed up?
She just sort of, like, looks at you, smiles, and shrugs her shoulders. I don't know. Sometimes, I wake up in the morning, and the whole place is a mess.
Do I believe her?
Roll an insight check.
Ha! That. Where'd it go? Shit. It was one or the other, so I'm going to reroll it. That is a 6.
I mean, it's not the weirdest thing you've ever seen.
That's true. I can do some pretty weird shit, apparently.
Yeah. So as Melkor's concerned, he's like, words disappear. I can create lights and change my appearance. The whole world's freaking crazy.
I can talk to people from far away.
Yeah. So I feel like definitely buys that.
Nice.
Yeah, and she's like, I think maybe it's like fairies or gremlins or sprites or something. Like you're reading those books.
Do fairies actually exist?
I don't know. But they definitely like to mess with stuff. So whenever I wake up and the place is all messy, I just think fairies did it. Makes it a little bit easier to put it all back together.
Have you ever thought about having it be all messed up and seeing if the fairies put it all back together?
I tried that once. They didn't.
Did it work?
No, it's kind of stayed the same.
Maybe they just don't like your organizing skills.
She sort of gives you, the look, eyebrow raised, lips pursed, just like, mm-hmm. Well, you hungry, Melkor?
Yes.
All right, why don't we go back to over to the barn, and I'll get you some food.
Didn't you say Steve was gonna come here?
Yeah, but he'll figure it out. He's a smart guy.
Okay.
And as you come down out the shop and down the hill, you see Steve coming up from the road where his farm was, and you kind of meet in the middle because he would been coming back for you, and she was banking on this. She's a smart lady, and the three of you walk up towards the barn, and you come in, and it's like empty. There's just
As we are walking, like as soon as I see Steve, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Steve, you were right. Those words did disappear."
He's gonna look at you and look at Sarah and look at you and look at Sarah, then look at you, and he's gonna be like, "What?" He's just like so frustrated. You can see it in his face, and he's like, "Well, better hope you don't need to get back inside the house, Mel." And he walks inside the barn.
I follow.
Right inside, you see Sal, the guy from last night, and he's still behind the bar. No one else is really in there except for like one waiter, Sal, and like another family who's also having lunch. Oh, I'm dying.
Don't die.
But that is it. And Steve leads you over to a table, and you all sit down, and then he walks up to Sal, and you can tell that like he goes through the normal rigmarole of like ordering food.
Food.
Yes. And he brings it over, and he looks at you. He's like, "So, what did you do today?"
I put the shop. I cleaned, I guess.
Sarah laughs. Yes. He cleaned it all up, put it all back together.
I still don't understand how it got all messy.
He's gonna look at you and be like, "Fairies, man." Just shrugs his shoulders, like he's had this conversation before, and he just buys it.
Do those really exist, though?
What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe Al knows. I'll ask him.
Who's Al?
I'm not gonna like move my hands or anything because I've never had to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, "Hey, Al."
Nothing.
Hey, Ralphie.
Yeah?
Do fairies exist?
Oh, yeah, man, so many fairies. Oh, my God. Okay. Oh, boy. So there's this one time. Wait, can they hear me? No, they can't. I'm talking to me. All right. So, fairies. Well, there was one time I was traveling with my old dad, and there was just so many. They were everywhere. They're swarming and swarming. We killed like 300 of them. It was crazy.
That's a lot.
Yeah, man.
Do they tend to just mess up stores?
Well, what do you... Who
that a
who
thing
are you
that
talking
happens?
to, Mel? Oh, man, they totally mess up a store. They mess up all this. They just go in there. They mess your stuff right up. Throw it over, talk it out, rip stuff, eat stuff. They're crazy. Now, what are you...
I'm talking to Ralphie.
Who's Ralphie?
He's this voice that I hear sometimes. He's a good dude. He's super helpful sometimes. There's Ralphie, there's Al, and then there's Maximus. Maximus is pretty cool.
Perception check?
Huh?
Perception check.
Oh, balls. I have great stats, but it never works well because I roll an 8, so 12.
It doesn't take much. You notice you're saying this like loudly, and Sal got his eyes fixed on you again, and you're uncomfortable. Like his face, he has this look in his eyes as he's staring at you that would make anyone uncomfortable.
I'm gonna look at Steve and be like, he's doing it again.
He's gonna be like, "Dude, don't worry about him. He's just a crazy old man. He's lived here forever. He's nothing to worry about. Never heard a fly." Who? Ralphie and Al and what? What? What are you talking about? And Sarah's just staring at you like she has this look on her face. She's concerned.
You guys don't have friends?
No, we are friends, but I
can talk to your friend. It's fine.
I can see my friends. She's right here. Look, and he pokes Sarah. We can't see your friends. Do you have imaginary friends? Ah,
Al?
rude, says Ralphie from his gauntlet. I mean, no one can hear him but you.
Hey, Al, is it a good idea for you guys to be imaginary friends?
Yes. Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah, they're imaginary friends.
Oh, thank goodness. I was just like, if he could yeet himself into the harbor, he would.
If who?
If he could yeet himself into the harbor, he would. Al.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So, oh, all right. Yeah. There. Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Is Sal still staring at me?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna like stand up, drag my chair, and sit back down so he's behind me,
Okay.
so I don't have to look at him.
Perfect. And Sarah leans is like, you don't have to be afraid of him, Mel. He's just an old man.
No,
He likes his routines. That's all. He's not used to little kids like you. We don't have a lot of them. We really only have a couple of them. There's that family over there. There's the Browns, and then there's Leon, and that's it.
I mean, I'm not scared of him. He just makes me uncomfortable.
No, I'll talk to him later. I don't want to make a scene right now. I just want to eat. Steve says is like, and you've only been there a bit, so your food's still gonna take a while.
Cool. Whenever the food ends up coming, I'm gonna take like some of it that won't like seep, like that's not like wet or anything like some of the dry foods.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna stuff them in my pockets.
He got you like turkey legs, like good old, big old, like big turkey legs.
Is there any like more bread or anything like that? Or maybe potatoes.
Definitely potatoes. He's got like turkey and potatoes. Yeah, for sure.
Cool. I'm gonna take some of the potatoes and stuff them in my pocket.
No, they're like cooked potatoes.
That's like mashed potatoes or like cut up potatoes.
Like cut up cooked in sauce potatoes. They're like cooked in gravy.
Oh.
You can get food from he like sees you like looking at the food, like all that going through your mind, like you can tell you're just trying to figure out a way to store it. I was like, Mel, I run a farm. You can get anything you want.
Yeah, but I get hungry a lot and I like to have the food with me. Like, and I'm gonna reach into my pocket and pull out the second loaf of bread and be like, I took this morning. It helped. I took 2, but I ate 1 while I was working. So, it was nice. And I stick it back in my pocket.
Growing boy, huh?
My mom used to say that a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. That's okay. Look, you can come work with me at the farm after lunch, and you can stock up there. There's plenty to go around.
You have any potatoes?
Oh yeah, we got potatoes.
Nice. Do you have any dried meats?
No, I don't do a lot of hunting.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Food comes, you guys eat, you have a lovely little time. Sarah still looks like kind of shaken a little bit. Like she's
Shaken at what?
What? Excuse me?
Shaken? Oh, because of the imaginary friends thing?
Yeah. And like the paper, she's just had a she was joking about the fairies, right? Like that's the joke that she tells, even because she has no idea what makes her shop go like that, and it happens a whole bunch. But she doesn't know. So she was just joking, and then like the magic paper happened, and then you happened. So she's just a little like, she's had
What is happening?
Yeah, she's just like, oh man, this kid's crazy. But she likes you, but you're crazy, and she's also like, feels a little bit unsafe because they don't have, as far as like, she knows what the rules are about magic, but if she doesn't know what to do, if you actually run into someone who uses it, because there's no like official thing out here, right?
Okay.
So she's just like got a lot on her mind. But she's still in your camp. You've lucked your way out of with some very nice excuses.
Nice.
So she's gonna go back to the store. Stevie is gonna lead you down the path through like the hills, this little valley, the valley that you're in, and his farm land is like pretty sprawling. Like he's got a pretty big farm, and there's people who are working on it. Like he has employees.
Cool.
And he's gonna like walk you down to this small little house thing. It's like a shack, right? Like a big old shack, like a big old shed, I guess, more like. And there's people like working there, and they're eating and whatever, and just sort of resting. But then there is a cart filled with buckets And then, like, all over there's, like, buckets and baskets and all this stuff. And he's like, all right, Mel, I need you to pick as many carrots as you can for the next couple hours, okay? You just gotta pick carrots nonstop. I don't know if carrots bloom in the spring. I don't know how farming works. Orange is winging it. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Carrots it is.
I don't care if springtime isn't carrot season. Springtime is normally when you plant things. So you're just gonna plant seeds. I take it back. You're gonna plant carrots.
I was gonna say it's not Earth. It can be whatever you want it to be.
I'm gonna actually dip into my actual knowledge of how nature works, and I'm gonna say you're gonna be planting seeds. I don't know what seeds because I don't know what you plant in the spring. Because
probably anything.
This is what happens when you don't do research and have notes ahead of time. I could have.
That's fine. It's fine.
No, I'm not worried about it. I just like, oh man, my pride. I've hurt my own pride. But no, yeah, you're just be planting seeds like all day.
Cool. Am I being supervised the entire time?
I mean, there's other workers around, and Steve's also like around, but it's a pretty big area. So, yes and no. Kind of depends. I would request though, what song do you sing while you plant seeds?
Probably one of the only songs, probably the only things that Melkor would know and or remember would be like marching tunes that the army would sing as they were like marching from place to place.
Okay, I dig it.
So probably something that a child should not know and should not be singing.
Perfect. That's Melkor. Doing things he shouldn't do in places he shouldn't be. No, I like it. That works. So you're gonna go around just spreading seed everywhere, right? And singing your songs.
In my war songs.
Yeah. As it like mid-noon approaches, and you're like on this field on a hill, and you can see the shack out like maybe like a 10-minute walk. Like you're kind of out there. You planted a lot of seeds. You're kind of tired. Make a perception check.
Time to fail. That is an 8, so 12.
Nice. You hear like a thud, like land like around you, and you stop and you look around. You don't see anything, but like there's a rock on the ground near you.
Hello?
And then thunk on the other side, like you had turned to look at the rock, and then behind you, like another rock's on the ground. Someone threw it at you.
I'm gonna pull out the one little dagger I have and just look. Do I see anybody?
Not really. And by not really, I mean no, because you rolled an 8, and
I rolled a 12. Well, I rolled an 8 plus 4, so 12.
No, well, you know.
Am I in like tall grass, or is it just like a low grass?
Kind of a low grass field because it's ready. It's been tilled for planting.
Cool. So there's nothing to hide behind.
Yeah, not really, but you are like also on a hill, right? So like, even though it's a small hill, someone could totally be like just over the crest of it, or like hiding or whatever.
Yeah.
Like hiding at the base of it. Like you wouldn't be able to see
immediately. Like hiding just below the curve?
Yeah.
Is there any way for me to tell which way the rocks came from?
Not with a 12.
Well, shit. So if one's behind me, one's in front of me, the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn to my right and wait.
Okay. After a little bit, you hear like the sound of someone like approaching, and up over the hill pops like he's like crawling on the ground. You just see this boy, this younger than you, just like crawling on the ground, looking up at you like, "Hi."
Are you throwing rocks at me?
Maybe, you don't know.
I'm gonna pick up one of the rocks and throw it at him.
He catches it.
I'm gonna pick up the other rock and throw it at him.
He catches that one too. Now he has 2 rocks. He juggles them. He's like, ah, ha, ha, ha. He's like laughing. He's like, isn't it fun? Hi, how are you? What's up? I'm Leon. Nice to meet you.
Why were you throwing rocks at me?
I was bored.
So throw rocks at someone else. I'm trying to work.
But thought you would understand. He like sits on the ground. He stops juggling. He sits on the ground. He's all like dejected. He's just looking at you, like pouting.
Al, I want to do something stupid.
What? No, no, Mel, no. Doesn't work like that.
But it'd be funny.
It's not gonna work.
I'm rolling. If it's a 10 or higher, I'm doing it.
Oh my god.
It is an 11. I cast Disguise Self and I look like the kid.
That wasn't where I thought you were going, but that's fair. He's like, oh, whoa, oh my gosh, how did you do that?
I have
And
no
he drops the
idea.
rocks and he comes up and he like looks at you. He's a lot smaller than you. He is a 9-year-old like human boy. She's probably like, I don't know, 3.5 feet. How tall do 9-year-olds get? They're not that tall.
I have no idea.
I'm trying to think. I know
He's short for his age. He's 3.5 feet tall. Let's just go with that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. That would make sense because people who are in like 12 can be like, no, kind of can hit height. Like 12-year-old boys are like over 4 feet generally.
Yeah.
So yeah, 9-year-old probably like 3.5.
Cool.
I know how humans work. He's smaller than you. And
It's fine.
He's like poking. He's like, can I touch it?
No.
Oh.
If he reaches out, I'm going to smack his hand.
No, he doesn't. But he's like, man, I thought you were gonna be nice.
Why would you think that?
Oh no, you look like fun.
That's racist.
Is it?
Well, Dave said that, not Melkor.
Oh, is it? I also said that. I was like,
I mean,
is fun a race? I'm confused.
I'm the only dragonborn in town. His only interaction with me so far has been throwing rocks, and you look like fun.
I mean, he's a 9-year-old boy. You're new.
So it's inherent. It's. I don't know. Sure, it's racist. I don't know.
I mean, you can take it that way if you want to. That was not my intention.
Well, Melkor is not going to take it that way. Neither am I. I'm just being myself.
That's fair. I was like, he's a 9-year-old. What would a 9-year-old think? He's gonna be like, so wait, I have a secret. Can I tell you a secret?
Oh, I like secrets. And I'm going to sit down and dispel the thing. So now I'm just back to Melkor.
He's like, oh man. So he like sits down and he like crosses his legs and he like he's like fidgeting with his hands and he's like, I saw you throw rocks at Sarah's house last night.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, I saw you. You did it. It was you.
Nope, wasn't me.
You picked up that big rock and you threw it and then you ran and you tripped. It was really funny. That's how I knew you'd be fun.
I didn't throw rocks at people, though. Why would you throw them at me? I didn't throw rocks at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
Shit.
Look. Maybe that house is... How do you think the house feels? You throwing rocks at it. That's rude.
It's a house. It doesn't feel anything.
How do you know?
Because it's a good question.
See? You don't know. A little presumptuous of you throwing rocks at a house. Yeah.
A little presumptuous is you throwing rocks at me.
Well, I thought you liked throwing rocks.
Yeah, not at people.
Oh. I don't know. You're not supposed to throw rocks at people? Have you never thrown a rock at somebody?
That's an interesting question. Let's find out. When in doubt, roll. That's a 7. So, no?
Man, you're missing out.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if I did, I would have gotten in a lot of trouble when I was...
Maybe. I don't know. I don't have a dad. So...
Hey, me neither. High five!
Well, he, like, high-fives you. Wait, what happened to him?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
I think he's dead.
Oh.
Don't know what that means exactly.
Oh. I don't either. I just never, I just kind of hang around. I'm like the village orphan or something. That's what Sal always says when he sees me.
I guess that... Wait, who?
Sal.
That guy's weird. He's always staring at me.
Oh, he stares at me too?
I don't like it.
Oh, no. He stares at everyone, though. He just stares at everyone, stares and stares. I think he set a guy on fire one time. He stared at him so hard. That was a good day. Oh, I have an idea.
Hold on real quick.
Okay.
So I was so out of just like random thought, I decided to look up the aging traits of dragonborns.
Mm-hmm.
Young dragonborn grow quickly. They walk hours after hatching, attaining the size and development of a 10-year-old child by the age of 3, and reach adulthood by age 15.
Oh, wow. So he's
They
like...
live to be around 80. So I'm going to go with I'm only 3, but so I'm acting like I'm 11 because that makes sense.
Gotcha. So you're 3 in Dragonborn years. Okay.
Yes.
You're 3...
Just for, in case people are like, if you're 11, why are
You're a real baby. All right. Retcon. Changed canon. He's 3. Draw them baby pictures. We don't have fans. That doesn't work that way. Okay. But he's like...
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday. I have an idea.
What's your idea?
I need to drink water. That hurt my voice.
What's your name again? Leon?
Oh, yeah, I'm Leon. So, you want to go on an adventure?
I mean, definitely. But I think Steve might be upset if I leave.
Oh, yeah. No, Steve's so nice. I don't like upsetting Steve. Oh, I tell you what. You convince Steve to let me come over for dinner. That'll be an adventure.
No, but what's the adventure you were thinking of?
Oh, So, he, like, looks around. He's like, you see that hill right there? And he points, and, like, a ways away, there's, like, a hill. And it's got, like, a different color grass. Like, you kind of, weirdly, like, you were like, oh, that's weird. Like, when you look at it, you're like, huh, that's a different grassy hill. He's like, you see that hill over there?
The one with the different color grass?
Yeah, isn't that so weird?
Why is it different colors?
I don't know. I want to find
What
out,
color
though.
is that grass? Is it, like, blue different, red different, or, like, the grass is dying, or it's, like, super fertile, so it's super green?
It's like, blue different.
Oh.
It looks like you look at it and you're like, how does no one, like, you are confused that no one has mentioned this to you and that you didn't notice it before.
That's what you get when you roll a 12.
Yeah, true. But also, why did no one else mention it? You never know. Right, but so...
Yeah, let's go over there now.
But what about Steve?
He'll understand, I'm new.
Yeah, well, being new is a really great excuse for things. All right, let's go.
And we go.
All right, so it takes you, like, 20 minutes, probably. Maybe longer. And, like, it's further out, so you're probably now, like, 40 minutes from where you started.
Perfect.
Like, from the shack.
Yeah.
Which is a ways. Like, that's, well, I don't know, like almost a mile away if you're walking, probably.
It's a decent clip.
Yeah, 40 minutes out if you're walking. Yeah, that's probably, like, I don't know. I can do 5 miles. I don't know. It's ways. I don't know how humans work. So, you get up there, and you can, like, see it. You're like, it's green, it's blue, it's green, it's blue. Like, when you get close, you're like, it's green. You, like, pluck a blade of grass out, and it's blue. You pluck another blade of grass out. It's green, it's blue. Isn't that so weird?
Yeah, but why?
I don't know.
Would Melkor have any idea why?
No.
Cool.
He's 3. It's just so... Listen, I woke up one day, boom, bluegrass. The weirdest thing.
Wait, it just happened one day, just out of the nowhere?
Yeah, so, like, today. Or yesterday?
Wait, so this just happened?
Yeah. Everything went
Hey,
dark,
Al,
and
you
then
know
it was
why the
blue.
grass is blue?
Yeah. After I woke up when they're dark, it was all dark. You remember the dark, right? It was scary.
Yeah. I saw ghosts.
Yeah, me too.
Ah!
They were everywhere.
Hang on a second.
He's like legitimately like looks traumatized. And then all the darkness went away, and I woke up, and the grass was blue.
I know someone who might know why the grass is blue.
Who's that?
His name's Al.
Al? Well,
Hey, Al.
Where's he at? Where's Al?
In my head?
Oh, okay.
Hey, Al.
Oh, yes. Mel, what do you want? Melkor, you gotta stop doing this.
You're my imaginary friend. It's fine. Everybody's got an imaginary friend. Why is the grass blue?
He thinks about it for a second.
Can you see?
No, ish. Sometimes it's weird. I don't remember what we said about that. Um,
I mean,
I need to take better notes about my own crap. He thinks about it for a second. He's like, yeah, someone would have had to make it blue. Well, I don't know who or what, but, someone probably made it that way for some reason. It's weird that it happened overnight, but there was a lot of weird stuff happening that night.
yeah, the ghosts, everything was nuts.
Yeah, remember that guy on the hill?
Nope.
Oh, well,
Well, Melkor probably does. Dave doesn't.
there's a guy on the hill. Who like looked like he summoned the ghosts.
Oh, yeah. Now Dave remembers.
Yeah.
So, yep.
So, that's my best guess.
Maybe it was him. Hey, Leon.
Yeah?
Did you see anybody besides the ghosts?
No, just a lot of ghosts. They were all rushing like they were late.
Well, it's not good to be late. Being late's bad.
Yeah, I know.
Oh. We should probably head back so we're not late.
No, but the grass is blue. We're gonna come back to check this out later.
Oh, definitely.
Can I still come for dinner?
I don't know. It's not my house.
Well, you can ask.
Sure.
Okay, good.
Let's head back to the farm. We can ask Steve together.
Yeah. Let's go. I'm hungry. And you guys walk off. And I say I'm gonna call it there for tonight, if that's cool.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh man, that's exciting.
So why is the grass blue?
I have no idea.